Good morning and welcome to Attorney Commander J.R. Glapohkpa Chesson talk show. Today is a special show honoring the Liberia National Police. We know that the jobs of policemen are not easy, especially when it comes to investigating crimes and discovering the evil people in our communities and bringing them to book. The job of the Liberian National Police is not an easy job. And although sometimes we try to diminish their performances and activities, when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, we all know, without the police, our lives will be upside down. They are not the best in the world. Our police need help. But for those that are professionals or strive to be professionals, the little they have is enough to do their job. Because when you care about other people, when you care about your community, when you care about your country, that elevates it to love. To love. And when you love something, you don't just trash it. You don't just walk all over it and diminish its value. You uplift it. You strengthen it. So, our police, they're not the best in the world. They need help. But without them, we know there will not be any peace in our nation. The violence would escalate. So this morning, I just want to take some time to acknowledge our police and all they do to maintain the peace. If we don't encourage them, if we don't pat them on the back when they do good, just as we criticize them when we need them to do better, they wouldn't be able to do what they want, what they are doing for us. So throughout everything we experience in our lives as Liberians, we must take a moment to say thank you to those who put their lives on the line to ensure our peace and safety. We know over the years, security in Liberia have been left in the hands of foreigners. It's not in our best interests. For over half a century now, our security apparatus has been in trouble. I tell you here right now how in 1980, I told my father numerous times about the coup, about how I heard about people talking about the coup, and he never investigated it. So all of that never really gave our security apparatus the opportunity to prove themselves as professionals. And this is what all of us want our people to be, especially those people serving our government and taking care of our lives and our safety. We want them to be professionals, or at least strive to be professionals. That's why when I sit here, I talk about us cutting the government in half, because we want professional people in our government. We don't want people just getting a paycheck every year, one group of people working and the other group of people not working. That's what happens when the government is big. You have those people that care about the country working, and the other people that just want a paycheck, they just come to get a paycheck. They didn't care about anything. And that's why our country can't grow. Because those other people who don't care about anything, just want a paycheck, they got to go in the private sector. They got to go do their own work. We'll give them small money, let them go strive for themselves. They want to stay in bed at 10 o'clock in the morning. That's their business. We finish with them, they ain't getting no free check. Let me bring my correspondent in Liberia on so he can be involved in this conversation. Sam, how you doing this morning?
Yeah, morning, Rod.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, this morning
Sorry, I
I'm
came
paying
late.
tribute. Don't worry about that. I'm paying tribute to the
How
police.
you doing? Yeah,
I'm
man.
paying I'm paying tribute to the police because despite the fact
Okay.
that in Liberia we always criticize the police, we always looking to them for answers for everything. The police are doing well. For those who want to be professionals, for those who want to serve the country and understand what their job mean and entails, we want to take a few moments and recognize them and say thank you to them because their jobs, for those who really want to do their jobs, it's a difficult job. Maintaining the peace and safety in our country is not an easy job. And we got to help our police, we got to help them understand that they are professionals. They're not just ordinary people. When you put on that uniform, we expect you to know that you are a trained, disciplined, professional person. You're not an ordinary man on the street no more. So when you put on that uniform, you have to understand that there's a sense of pride and dignity that comes with wearing your uniform, that you can't diminish it. You can't go in the street and start begging for money. You can't go in the street and start suffering the poor people. You know the people poor, but then you want money from them. Those are your people. When you put on that uniform, it transforms you from an ordinary citizen to a law enforcement officer, to someone who serves, protects. It puts you in a different category. You are not a gangster. You are not a Zogo. You are a law enforcement officer, which elevates you to a status in our society that we look up to for our safety, for direction, for help, for guidance, for peace. So somebody in our society got to help the police understand that we value them, that when they put on that uniform, in our eyes, they are precious people that protect us, direct us, and guide us. And they need to know this too. They need to know, yes, we criticize you, we say all kind of things about you, but when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, we got to respect you too. Because when anything happens in our country, who we turn to, Sam? The police. When anything happens in our country, who we want answers from? The police. So if we value the police in times of trouble, when we look to them for answers and protection, we got to also understand that there's a time to criticize and there's a time to elevate and support. So we at Lucky S Communications 360 want to take the day to give kudos to the police of Liberia. Yes, we criticize you all the time. Yes, we say all kind of negative things about you. But we look to you to uphold the peace the security, and especially the laws of the Republic of Liberia. So we're honoring the police this morning. With all our issues we know about, we're honoring them. So you can go ahead and give us the news in Liberia, Sam. What's happening? You sleeping again? Sam.
But as you regularly said, the police is doing well in recent time. You getting me?
Yeah,
I'm
what
speaking
happened
to
to you?
you.
What happened to you? You just sitting there and looking at you. I said,
Yeah, you not hearing me?
yeah, I can hear you now, but you didn't talk for a while.
You hearing me?
Yeah,
I'm talking to you. You not hearing me?
We always been hearing you. But you are quiet for a while.
No, I'm talking. You can't hear me?
I know. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Sam.
You getting me?
Go ahead.
Rodney?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm enjoying you. I'm enjoying you, commending the police. Yeah, because you are commending the police, so I'll give you time. I didn't want to interrupt.
So what's happening in the country?
No, I was listening to you. I was very keen, what you were saying. Why is it true that you are commending the police, but they are, yeah, I know. You getting me?
Go ahead, Sam.
Rodney, you getting me?
Go ahead, Sam.
Why is it true that you are commending the police? Of late, they arrested some guys, about 3 persons in Cape Town. They are getting so robust now, should I say? They arrested 8 persons in Nima. They arrested 3 persons. You're not getting me?
We listen to you, Sam. Go ahead.
Brother, you getting me?
Yes.
Are you getting? You getting me?
Hey, Lord, we're having some disconnect with Sam in Liberia. But anyway, as I was saying, we got to honor these people. As he was saying, they are changing their style. Apparently, our police are demonstrating what they are being paid for. They are being paid to maintain the peace. They are being paid to demonstrate to Liberian people that our society, not only Liberian people in the world, that our society is a safe place. Our society is a progressive place. And every time we look to the police, we expect them to be professionals. We expect them to demonstrate that they are training people, that their training matters, that their loyalty and patriotism to our nation matters. All these things gotta matter to us. If they don't matter, what we got our police for? What we paying all these people for? So, if we look to the police in the time we have trouble in our communities, we also got to look to them with respect, with pride and dignity. Because not only are they police officers, they are parents. They are law-abiding people in our society. So, you see, they come with many badges attached to them. When you see our police, you're looking at a parent. You're looking at a leader in our society. You're looking at somebody that holds our community laws and direction. And those are what we call outstanding citizens in our society. Because whenever you serve in the police, whenever you serve in the military, you give a voluntary service to our country. Because you put in your life on the line, you put in your safety on the line, you put in your family concerns on the line. Because if anything happens to you, it affects your family too. So all of these things matter to us when we look at our police. And the more they demonstrate their professionalism, their training, their proficiency, the more they do those things, the more we respect them. The more our ideals and attitudes toward the police change. And these are the things we want. We don't want people looking at our police in negative ways. Look at how people in our society can just disrupt the peace and stability in our society. Let me bring Sam back on. I hope he's okay now. You better now? You can hear me now? Sam? Okay, let me move Sam. So, all these things matter to us. They really matter to us. And if we can change our mentalities toward the people that protect us and serve us, how will we ever help to make them professionals? Help to make them understand that their jobs are significant to our community and society. These are the things we got to do in our country. You know, not only can we criticize people, especially people that have our lives and safety in their hands, not only can we criticize them, it's also our duty to try to elevate them, to change them from thinking of themselves in negative ways, but understanding that they are significant elements in our society. And we need to respect them. We need to take cognizance of the work they're doing. It's not easy work. When we won't stop the murderers and the criminals, we look to the police. We don't want people taking arms up and go against people. So we look to the police to implement all these things, to ensure our safety. So when these things break down, our society breaks down. And as we moving, right now we are moving in a new direction in Liberia. We are praying that our society changes. We are praying that all those we call Zokos, look at the Zokos, what they did the other day in Monrovia, yesterday. They started some confusion in the country, talking about war will coming. Everybody was running around, helter-skelter. You come to realize that was Zokos just causing problem and panic in the country. So our country is in a state of panic. Everybody on eggshells because we know that every time election comes, there's some kind of violence. We see all the people going around, the Sabu boys, and all the people trying to intimidate other people. We see the violence going on. People going to polling station, want to bust the door down and things like that. We see it. We see it. But we also see now how our police are beginning to take charge of things. He just mentioned the 8 in Nimba that were arrested. Now we got the 3 in Kipma that were arrested. And we go on. They're arresting people for trying to bribe people with money, busting into the voter's office and taking the boxes. We can look to NEC all we want to ensure peace and stability in our country. But with other police, the NEC can ensure that the electoral process is fair. that people who voted, their votes are counted. Yeah, everything got the errors in it. When you deal in the public, there are always room for errors. But we want to make sure that those errors are harmless errors. They're not errors that are going to impact the result, the final result of the election. So for harmless error, little mistakes, like the other day, Deweada Brown made a mistake with the numbers and she came back and corrected it. Those kind of mistakes happen. But those are human errors. They are permissible. Once they are reversible, once you can go back and correct it, they are acceptable. But there are certain errors you can't go back and correct. You can't change. And those are the errors we want to ensure that we have oversight for. People doing the electoral process, the counting, the manner in which the ballots are handled, all those things, we have rules and regulations for them. And the only way we can ensure that the election is free and fair is that the staff of the election commission and our government officials follow the law. And who best to ensure that than the police? That's the only people we can look to. That's the only people we look to. So the Liberian National Police, today is your day, man. Today we want to say thank you. The whole show is dedicated to y'all because we know the work you do is not easy. The work you do is demanding. For the pay you get, it's little or nothing, man. Look how they pay police in America. They pay police by hour. By the hour. We pay them on salary basis. And sometimes they go above and beyond what they're supposed to do. Because with the low money they're getting, they have greater responsibility of maintaining security, the peace and security in our country. They have a greater responsibility. And we as Liberian people, we got to take cognizance of that. We watch the TV and all of that. We see how some people treat the cops, the gangsters treat the cops. We are not gangsters. Our country is not a gangster land. Yeah, today we got a lot of young people acting like gangsters and want to be lawless, but our country is not a gangster land. So we have to understand that just as we want to hold our police responsible, we got to elevate them too. We got to give them pride and dignity in their jobs. Because when a man's pride is elevated and he feels respected and honored, he will strive to maintain that level. He will try to maintain it. And that is what we got to help our police do. We got to help to elevate them to that level where even though they're not getting much money, but they're getting a sense of satisfaction because they can do their jobs well. And when they start to do their jobs well, and we the citizens begin to see it, that their performances have elevated to another level, like we're beginning to see it small now. Our whole ideal of the police will change. Everybody will now respect the police because some people don't like to be governed. People don't like to be disciplined. People don't like to be directed. So everybody will not like the police, but they will stay away from trouble because they know if they make trouble, they're going to confront the police. They're going to confront the police. So they will avoid trouble. And that's another source of peace. When people avoid trouble or avoid being in contact with the police and things like that, sometimes it's good. That means they're not doing mischief. They're not doing things that they're not supposed to do. It also means that our police doing their jobs. Their job is to serve and protect. Now, there are many ways to serve. You know, in our country, the problem we're facing, we got tribalism, we got nepotism, we got all these negative vices in our country. Okay? We look to the police. Or how we criticize the police. When anything happens, who the first people call? The police. So we got to elevate them. Right now, but you see, to help the police, our police too got to understand how to set up systems that will be honest and fair, even amongst themselves. Because look at in America today, the police realize that the government alone can't help them for the work they want to do. The government alone can't help them. So instead of going around charging people when you call them, say, oh, when they arrest this person, they come and say, okay, give me gas, let me go do that. Instead of doing that, they set up a committee that they can call people in the society and ask for donation. They do that in America now. The police call, police calling people just like any other organization in America and saying, can you donate to us? And they call every month because it's not a one-time thing. The police has a continuous duty. It's a revolving door. It's running. So they're calling people in the society now and said, look, please help the police. This is the police fund and to raise funds for safety and security. And people gave. People gave. Because people understand that to protect our society, the government alone cannot do it. It's a burden on the government. Police need cars. They need bikes. They need bicycles. All these things are different means of enforcing the law, ensuring peace and safety in our society. Right in Liberia there now, most of our police supposed to be on bikes, not motorbikes, bicycle, two in the street. Everywhere you see them, two police. Why? Because that's the most effective way of police operation and movement in the country. Yes, it's good to have cars, but at certain places in Liberia, cars cannot manipulate. Cars will not go there. So in order for there to be effective enforcement of the laws in our country, we need police on bicycle. We need police walking. Yes, we can have cars for the highways and some aspect of the cities that they will park in certain areas. When they need police, they will come out. But for the main city, Monrovia, we don't need people policing cars. We got to set up systems that meet our societal needs. So all of those things, yes, we need cars, but we need cars for the highways and one or two cars for the city. We got to arrest people. And the police there on the street can call and say, bring a car and let it do. But mostly in Monrovia area, we need bicycles and police walking. You know, maybe a station wagon waiting to take people to prison who commit crime in the city. But we got to adjust our protective measures to our standard of living so it be more effective, beneficial to the people. So, you know, and also health-wise, because you riding bike going where you go, you would have too many fat policemen, okay? So, and we need to elevate these young people in our society too. Encourage them to join the police. You know, show them what benefits they can get by joining the police. You know, maybe the police, we can start a college program in the police where young people who come to the police can get certain deduction of college fees. You know, instead of paying full tuition, maybe they can pay half tuition because we sure we don't have free education in the country right now. The people need things. So maybe the police can offer a little package to encourage young people to come to the police. Young professional people who want to be professional. So we want to encourage people to be professionals. and offer them good packages to be service to our country. So when you come to serve, you know that when you leave the police after serving 20 years, you got a good little retirement package. Even if you don't work there for 20 years, if you work for 5 years or 10 years, after 5 years, you get a little small retirement package that you can leave and go on your own and start your business. Because people will not be getting paid from government no more like we do now. Government just giving everybody money. No. We have wasted too much of our resources. Just on the Ellen Johnson Sally alone, she wasted our government resources like it was her private shit. And that one makes me mad too. When people take our government resources and mismanage it, she didn't steal it, she just mismanaged it. Because when you start offering people $20,000, $30,000 a month to come home, and our country is nearly the poorest country in the world, there's something wrong with your mentality. You gotta be sick in the mind. You gotta be sick. The white people can praise you, all they want to praise you because what they're giving the money for, they're getting it. They're getting it back. You think all those foreign people in our country, the Indians, all the people say they're protecting Ellen, that was for free? It wasn't for free. We were paying for it. We were paying for it. Ellen Johnson Sally wasted more money, most of our resources than any president in the history of Liberia. This useless woman, she wasted our money. She had foreigners protecting her, and our army was not trained. Our army was not trained. Because if our army were trained, they should have been protecting Ellen Johnson Sally instead of the Indians and the Americans and the Pakistanis and all that. We were paying those people money to bring their forces in Liberia. All those things were not free. All that United Nations say we're doing that, it's not free. We got resources. We got diamond, we got gold, we got timber, we got iron ore. That's what the people were taking. Don't let anybody tell you people were helping us for free. Nobody was helping us for free because even for them to come, they needed money. Even to mobilize in Liberia, they needed money. Where do you think they were getting all that money from? Don't be fool. All the international community you're talking about, we don't pay no people. They're not coming, the international community, they're not coming to Liberia free. It's just like the scramble for Africa in the 1800s when all the foreign nations sat down and divided Africa. It's the same thing happening today. But unlike them coming to divide us, we are inviting the people because our whole mentalities are focused to international community. Everybody say that, we need foreigners to help us. We need these people to come help us. Why we need all these people to help us? What the hell are we going to school for? What the hell we have all the educated people in our country for? I don't understand it. We have no confidence in ourselves. We have no confidence in our abilities. We're so corrupt, we don't even trust ourselves. Why would I want to bring somebody to supervise me when I have a degree and all the qualifications to supervise myself and my country? Why would I want foreigners come to do that? Am I that dishonest and corrupt and a damn rogue? I can't control myself. I gotta bring foreigners to control me. Are you crazy? This is what we say to ourselves every day when we sit out here and say, the Americans need to come, or the Chinese need to come, or the Russians need to come. That's what we're saying to ourselves. We're so useless. We're so hateful and evil to ourselves. We need foreigners to come and control us. Give me a damn break, my people. Yeah, my people. Our mentality just screwed up. We screwed up in the head. We don't have confidence in our own selves. We don't trust our own selves from stealing. We said that here, we said bring foreigners. Everybody said why would we bring foreigners? Why would a damn foreigner control me? I'm in America. I'm running things in this country here too. Why would I go to Liberia and bring foreigners to control me? This is the mentality of the Liberian people that got us so screwed up because we don't have confidence in our own abilities. We don't trust ourselves for not stealing. Can you imagine that? Liberian people cannot trust our own selves for not stealing. We want foreigners come. Everybody say, oh, maybe America need to come. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you patriots of your country? Do you know what it means to own a country? I mean, you don't really don't understand this shit. We got to go back to teach you everything all over again because we have no sensible people in my country. You know what it means to own a country? To have your own government and governance and leadership? You sitting down here every day, oh, let America come. Let America be coming to Liberia since 50 years ago, 60 years ago. What have we achieved? What has changed our lives? America, nothing changed with America. America getting the resources she always got from Liberia for nothing. And it's even worse now because the people leading us have no consciousness of who they are. They have no love for our country. They are tribal people. They believe in fighting only for their tribe and not for a nation. If they didn't think that, our country would be far developed now. When they killed those 13 people in 1980 to change our country, and our country has not changed yet, something wrong. We screwed up in the head. You know, and when we screwed up, we can't change nothing. We can't change nothing. Our country remains the same, stagnant, unproductive, evil people running the country. You know, people just steal, no check and balance, nothing. Look at how many people have stolen from our nation. Our nation controlled by rogues. Nobody to check them, nobody to balance them. It didn't start just now. All the stealing in our country didn't start just now. It just got worse as the year went by. You know, first we had small stealing, then went to big stealing, then went to total disregard for our laws under Tubman. He violated every law to stay in power for 27 years. Now we are seeing the fruit of all that violation of our laws. We are living the fruit of it now, where everything is just totally corrupt and backwards and useless. It didn't just start today. It started a long time ago, but it just got worse and worse and worse. And today we are living to see the fruit of all the evil and corruption in our country. And how do we change it? We got to change it. If we want to live better lives, if we want our children to grow and prosper like big nations like America, it don't just start from where America is. We got to start from the bottom. We got to start from scratch and build institutions and let our people know that when you build institutions, you can't destroy them and throw the records that we install all over again. No, those things are records for perpetuity, for all creation to see. You don't destroy them. We value the things produce and keep. I hear Sam and I come back. But the but he's sitting there, he's not talking. Let me bring it on again. Connectivity problem. Okay, we can. It's a problem in Liberia. But you see, all these things matter. All these things matter. We as a people, and I can't stress it anymore. I can't stress it anymore. Because every time I talk about we as a people. We, the Liberian people. I want this to sink into your head. That everything we're doing is not about me. That's foreign thinking. That's foreign thinking. Our me extends only to a limited area. Okay? Everybody can have money. Everybody can have their lives. But we got to realize that at a certain point, our individual lives transform into our societal lives because we are not foreigners. We are not people who just live in unitary society. Your husband, your wife, your child. No, we don't live like that. Our lives are different. We grew up in an extended family society. Everybody feels a part of each other. It's just that since 1918, God has put us in different areas, and now we have all learned different cultures. We are living in different societies that people behave differently than our culture. You know, like in Liberia, people just come to your house anytime, passing by. Oh, I'm passing by. Come.
Eh? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think I can't look at that glass together.
Okay, sir, what's up?
Yeah, man, you getting me now?
We've
Hello?
always been getting. We've always been getting. You coming to start that again?
No, I
Just
mean,
say
I
what
thought you
you.
were not getting me. I was discussing the police arresting people in Cape Mount County. You know, you were praising
Mhm.
the police. You were commending them. I said, yes, they are doing well. They arrested people in Cape Mount, Nima, and Maserado for the kind of, electoral, of fraud. And,
Yeah,
and, and they are doing well. Somebody just called me this morning from the southeast and said that, but Appleton did not run campaign in the southeast, but then how can he got votes? Somebody from Appleton office, a special assistant, I just talked to him, Darius. And Darius' name was mentioned in the Spoon Talk last night. So how come Appleton got votes all around the counties and he never went around the counties? So that's a big question now. People are hanging around discussing.
but nobody hardly heard anything about Appleton.
How come he got
How
votes,
you
35,000
how,
votes?
how you will seriously just come up? So who voted for him?
Yeah. So I mean, that is spirit. So maybe they are saying next is doing some kind of game. Oh, Bwaga come and vote. They give it to Appleton. Appleton did not run campaign. How did it happen? And I just called the special assistant to Appleton. I just called him, Darius Stewart. He told him to buy man, we didn't, was he says, if I what he says about, it's a criminal organization because we didn't run campaign. How can we go vote like that? Huge vote, 35,000 of votes. So these are the kind of things that people are discussing. So, I mean, the entire election was not transparent. What the international observers sitting and watching, people are doing things in the counties. So can we have big Bwaga in Bong?
But Sam,
Other countries where they say he got good vote.
those international observers abroad, those people only sit
Mm-hmm.
there in the election booth to make sure everybody
Mm-hmm.
check their names are correct, everybody got their record correct, everything running smooth. The people don't know the country. The people don't know the processes in the country. So their observation is only limited to the booth to make sure that everybody who come in that booth is checked by the election commission, is given the go ahead to vote, and they vote. That their job to just make sure that whole area is peaceful, that the election runs smooth, people come and vote, and there are no problem. People they watch the people come and vote. They measure this for this person, this for that person, and they put it in the box. That all they're there for. But when it comes to monitoring the whole process in the different counties, to ensuring that the law is enforced, all of that comes on the police. The observers can't do that. They are foreigners. What do they do in our country? Look at they brought Jonathan Goodluck from Nigeria. He was former president of Nigeria. What do you expect that man to do? Go sit down and monitor people? He will not do that.
But you got
He's a
9,000. You got 9,000 observers all through the countryside,
yeah,
all
but
over the
not
country. Then why?
Sam. The people not going into the issues, the major issues of the country. They just there to sit at the booth. All the voting booths, we got 2,000 voting booths. So that means you got to have at least 1 or 2 observers in all the booths. So multiply it. That way you got 9,000. So maybe they will.
So they won't. That means they won't stay there. They won't stay there for the final thing, because they will leave at night. Look, I will play with the boxes and change the figures.
But that's what I'm telling you.
Can you imagine? They say, why we learned that there was some empty boxes, and you know that people voted before they even want to go vote. So that what happened? People want to go vote, they started needing all the check. How did it happen? So it happened all around the counties. People want to go vote, and they started needing already marked. They already voted. So the people voted for them in their absence. So they were the Appleton and other people. So Cumming got no vote, Appleton got all the votes. So Boakai vote, they took all get to Appleton.
But Sam, that is the most discrepancy right there. How Cummings will not have no vote?
Yeah.
Huh? How the Cummings
and
will not have no
Cummings ran campaign all the counties.
And all your people went to Liberia.
Cummings ran campaign.
Hey, people went to Liberia.
Yeah, Cummings all the counties.
Yeah, this
And
is
coming toward the 15 counties. Cummings, he toward the 15 counties. But Cummings, know around the 4th place or 5th place. Appleton was just coming from the state. He know him. See what is special assistant telling me that they didn't go in the southeast. How can you get vote? Huge vote in the southeast and Lofa. He didn't go Lofa. He wouldn't start Banga. Remember, he went Banga when I called him the other day. He said, "Oh, we in Banga, but Sam, I'm coming in time." Only Banga they stop. Even Mark Gibby, he didn't even rock campaign. Mark Gibby. He went Banga because they got a base in Banga.
Nobody hardly heard about Appleton. How these men would just come and get all these votes? You see, this is why right here we question the process. And America and all the observers to know that this man never ran campaign. We never heard this man's name anywhere. All of a sudden, the man get all this vote.
All the votes, 35,000 votes. That's what.
Every Cummings don't get no vote. Every Cummings don't get no vote at all. This is where the confusion coming in.
So there where the problem coming from. And it will be serious, brother. I'm telling you the fact, it will be serious. You see, yesterday got and now alarm that there were war coming and people had to close their shop, their businesses and left the street early. So these are kind of rumors that be coming, rumor of war, and somebody call you say the people say believe it because a lot of things happening.
Did anybody talk about what happened yesterday in the news? You heard on the internet anywhere? The Zogos talking about war coming?
No. They didn't. It was not on news this morning.
That's why I guess we're the only people announcing this. Because I never heard about it yesterday.
Yes.
I never heard about it the day before.
No.
Yesterday. No.
It was not on news. It was people just calling from the town, from in town, other places that travel in Monrovia. I didn't know.
Yeah, Sam.
Someone come out of Monrovia. I said, I want to go there.
Because the more foreign affairs they think they don't want to come to our country.
They won't come.
Yeah, are you talking about war in the country? Where war coming from? You see, and this is the thing.
But the warlords have brought people here already.
But that's why I tell you, these are the things that destabilize
the warlords have brought people here already from sources. Yeah.
I was listening to.
They put one problem because how will you steal somebody vote broad day like that?
But Sandy, the process is already. It's already how many votes? How many votes they say?
It's just
how many votes they say invalid? 100,000 or more.
I tell you, I was shocked to hear that there were 100,000 plus votes invalid.
Yeah.
What? That's so huge. Very huge. So they just cancel all the votes. No, because our Boakai voted, they cancel all. They cancel all. And what happened? They just cancel all the women votes. So it's a recipe for chaos.
But you know that, sir.
That's a recipe for chaos. Yeah, for chaos. Because what we learn, they got from graduate.
There are too many issues. You got it. First of all, there are too many issues. You got a Cummings issue. What happened to Alexander Cummings?
Mm-hmm.
How could he just disappear from the whole electoral process of that? Then you got the Apata issue. Those are the Canada issues. Then you got the process issues. What happened with all the ballots? How could 100,000 ballots people vote that be condemned?
Discard like that.
Yeah, you just condemn it and say 100,000 votes. I mean, even 10,000 votes is a question mark.
That's a huge, yeah. 100,000 votes is shocking.
Well, that's the people that are people just.
So they are already calculated how to see the election result. So they already calculated how to see the election result. They will throw something in the garbage and give some to somebody else that is not well known. That's what happened. So they think should have been one round straight, like 75 to 80% vote.
Well,
you get armed men in the town already. From sources, yeah. We get armed men here already from the southeast.
So what that means?
It means they are preparing for war. Once they are preparing for fighting, once they start bringing armed men, they spreading arm all around the counties, arm in Lofa, what we learn, arm is in around the Barnes area. This guy, father government Grand there, the old fighter, he is distributing for Grand there. He brought dozens of men in town preparing. They in Gardensville, they are around the Vatan sources, hinter us. And they are in Lofa. So the arms, they're all around with the arms.
The police know about them. The
police know about them. Information I reach the police, they gotta know about that. Yes. But as government police, so they know about it, but they won't do anything.
Well, let's see what the police will do.
They had a press conference yesterday. They joined security, but the joint security said nothing happening. People should be calm. People should be calm. Nothing happening when people heard that there was trouble in Monrovia and they called for emergency meeting. They told the public that nothing happening, so they should go about their normal businesses. And people telling they say arm in the country, why you can't arrest when they heard that you get armed and they raided him? So what they heard that car fighter get armed here, they get men here. Why they can't go to her raid the place? Because you got a place in Broadway, you got a place around Barnabé and other areas.
But you see,
so why they can't go and raid the place?
You see what Yake?
It's only because of international presence.
Well, you see what Yake admitted he had a gun. Yake admitted he had a gun. Costa admitted that Yake had a gun.
But when I didn't see ambush,
Costa came on and said, "We don't want to save you. We had to lie and all of that." Then Yeke came on. I think Yeke said he had a gun.
Yeah, they're going to find in the jeep.
Yeah,
they're going to find a jeep.
Yeah. Then
around the foreign affairs ministry. Yeah, I remember.
When people come do this, we do this. So I mean, is that probable cause enough to raid his house?
Security can take action based on tip off, right?
Yeah.
Security can take action based on tip off information. So now they probably have told you that a car fighter get armed, get many. So why can you question him? Why can you visit a room and raid a place? But only that's Africa because they are in authority, so they won't do anything. No, you see what happened in Lofa? One of the guys did that thing. They only arrested Unity Party member.
Sam, even if the public says something, the police cannot go on they say. The public think that they say. The police got to go on evidence. The public can say all kind of their public sentiments. They can say anything. The police got to have proof that the people got gun to raid the place. But Yeke always talk about he got gun. Costa came and said they lie for Yeke. All that thing brought a probable cause to raid Yeke place. But
so it means they will not take action. It means there will be no action taken when they heard a car probably get armed here.
They gotta take action, but not because
so they get a search warrant. You got a tip off.
You get, even if
The
you get a
intelligence.
search warrant, even if you got a search warrant, it got to be based on probable cause. You can't get a
We
search
agree.
warrant. You can't get a search warrant say, "Oh, the public saying this, so we want a search warrant to search the man place." No, you can't do that. Before you get a search warrant,
So how can you identify a criminal? And I based on tip off.
tip off,
I can investigate?
listen to me,
Going
tip
to a criminal.
off,
Yeah, tip off.
evidence. When they tip you off, that don't mean you can go bust in the people's house. If they tip you off and you bust in the people's house and where you go looking for is not there, then you can be charged. They can sue you. That what government don't go on what the public say. When people say, "Oh yeah," like Jesus, and everybody and then crucifying, and then crucify Jesus. What happened? Jesus was innocent. So when you go on what the public says, crucifying, and you go crucifying, nowadays you go to court and you be sued. Okay? So when they say you get a tip, that's one thing. A tip is just information. You got to get evidence. You got to show that somebody was there talking about it, or somebody took something there, or somebody there had gun on them, or something to connect the tip to the evidence. You can't just act on the tip. You got to have evidence. And even if you go for a warrant, a search warrant, the judge got to be satisfied, the judge who will sign it got to be satisfied that you have probable cause to go into the people's house. You see, there are 7 conditions under which you can raid a person's house or do arrest a person or search a person without a warrant. You know, if you see it, like if you're passing by the people's house, they call that plain view. Okay, people say, "Oh, these people got guns," and you passing one day, you see people sitting in the window cleaning a gun. You can raid that house. You don't even gotta get you don't even need warrant. You can run in that house and arrest people. You can kick the door down because you saw them cleaning the gun. People can't have gun in Liberia. If you see somebody in the window cleaning a gun, that's enough probable cause for you to bust that door down and go arrest that person. That one kind of search without a warrant, they call it plain view. You see somebody in the house doing, okay? They got other types of search, you know, other types. So how do you enter a person's house? You gotta have permission to enter a house, even if you got a warrant. You gotta knock to the door. You get the person the warrant. If the person don't open the door, you can't bust the door down. Somebody got to open the door and let you in, and accept the warrant and read it and say, "Yeah, you justify, you bona fide, you can come into my house and search it." But if the door is locked, you can't bust it down. You know.
So
So
let me ask you on the election issue. Let me ask now that all the tally sheets are in, and the political party has her own tally sheet record straightened, and what next is given is different from what they got. You think they can go to the court? If they ask for
what?
run off, they say no, we're not going to run off, but we got our record off, we awarded the first round. Can they go to court?
Yeah, you can go to court because everybody has the right to go to court. You know,
Yeah.
people have been going to court already, and that's why you got
Mm.
time period after election for people to express their grievances. You know, after election, you got time period for people to see anybody who got complained to go to the net to be investigated. So you know right now, if everybody got a tally sheet and the tally sheet is different and none of the tally sheets got Appleton on it, so you know right there that's a problem. Because if all the tally sheets coming from NEC operational offices and no Appleton on it, that's a problem. Or you got a whole lot of Cummings check off and they're saying no Cummings. there's an issue.
Yeah, because
So right there,
we're gonna confused, you know.
yeah, but then people should start suing right now. People should start going to court right now, because if you wait that the election result come out, it's a problem. Because whatever that come out and make an announcement, and that announcement does not coincide with the tally sheet, people should start suing.
Mm-hmm.
You should start suing. Let the court decide what to do. But you can't sit
Whatever we go
down,
run off.
or whether you can sue at all, because the court may say, let's hold off on under the final count. Then we can look at all the whole election count, or we'll do the count.
Mm-hmm.
They come out and announce it. When you bring the kids, we'll look at it bit by bit, so that the court to decide. That not your issue to decide. All your issue to do is to file your lawsuit. Every time NEC come out and say something you don't like, you file a lawsuit to disagree with it. Let the court start examining it. Or let the court tell you, no, we're not looking at it until at the end of all the tallying. Then we'll look at it. But I will be suing right now. I will not wait until the end of the tally. I will start suing, because NEC is making an announcement as to the results of his tally. So once they make an announcement, you got a right to sue if you don't like the announcement. So if you all sit down and say, oh, the court will not act until the end of the election, that's your business. How you know what the court will do? You don't know what the court will do. Your job is to act and let the court tell you what the court will do. So if, like Alexander Cummings case, right now, the election commissioner has no report of Alex Cummings. I will start suing right now. I will not sit down and wait for the end of the tally. I will sue, because there's total discrepancy right now. Alex Cummings is one of the most viable candidates in the race, and you're telling us that the man not even there. So why would I sit down and wait until the NEC finish counting and give results and name me a non-participant or a non-winner before I go to court? I'll go to court right now. Sam, make your closing remark after 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Thank you. We just hoping and praying that things go well. I'm sure. Yeah. A good advice. The court issue got to talk to 1 2 persons too that we can talk to. It's important to go to court before, because the announcement, the final will be by Wednesday next week
So I'm telling you.
on the 15th or so.
So the court is not connected.
Yeah, and so it's important that we start.
The court is not connected to NEC. So the court has nothing to do with NEC function. NEC can be doing the accounting and you still suing NEC.
Yeah.
Taking NEC to court. Because right now, you know that there's a grave discrepancy with the tally. Alex Cummings is nowhere around.
Very grave.
And we know that Alex Cummings was a viable
from a
participant
blind
in the
side.
election. Yeah. So why would you wait until next week before you file your case? I'll be filing my case now.
Liberia.
Yeah.
Liberia is an interesting country. You know the poor. One thing about Liberia, we quick to forget.
Yeah, you got it rid of sanctuary. You got different.
Yeah, we couldn't forget.
You can call up. You got different reliefs in law you can follow and pursue and let the court tell you whether you should wait or not. I will not wait for the election to be finished. I'll be suing right now and let the court tell me what they wanted me to do. But
I think so, yeah.
That's it. Okay, Sam, we'll talk tomorrow. We'll continue.
Okay, right, yeah. Tomorrow, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I will call you later.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, my show is over. I'm sorry we went over. I don't like to go over. But kudos to the Liberian police again. This show was for y'all, to tell you thank you, to tell you we understand. We understand. You don't have all the needs, all the resources you need. And yet people expect you to do your job good. That can happen. But we ourselves got to recognize that your job is not an easy job and tell you thank you and try to elevate you by encouraging you to do better. Liberian National Police, they show us for you to tell you thank you, to tell you we see what you're doing. You will not get everything correct, but try your best. Let us give you kudos. Let us tell you thank you, thank you, thank you, because you're protecting us. The time of the Liberian people is now. Aluta! Continua. Have a good day, my people. My show is done. I'll talk to you tomorrow.